As you can tell from the title, doing the Western Conference standings predictions. Now that the deadline's passed and we're in the All-Star break right now, we can get a better look in my prediction at what I think 1 through 8 is going to finish like in the West. Great. And of course, the surprise team right through all of that is Memphis. Nobody expected Memphis to be this good. All right, coming in at number 8, I got the Portland Trailblazers. The Portland Trailblazers have majorly underperformed this year after coming off a Western Conference Finals appearance in last year's playoffs, even though they lost to the Golden State Warriors. This Portland Trailblazers team was supposed to be much better than they are. Everyone had them as a guaranteed lock, essentially, to make the playoffs, but for some reason they underperformed. They got Hassan Whiteside, former Miami Heat center, and even though they have underperformed this season and they are in the 9th seed right now, I see them actually coming through, even though they're a couple games behind Memphis for that 8th seed, and actually securing that 8th spot. Not because I don't believe in Memphis, I am rooting for the underdog, but the Portland Trailblazers have one of the easiest remaining schedules in the NBA versus Memphis, who has the number 8. So even though I think John Morant's going to win Rookie of the Year, I think Jaren Jackson's a possibility for Most Improved Player of the Year award, this Memphis team, I don't think in the West down the stretch is going to get the job done, and I see the Portland Trailblazers and Damian Lillard is playing at an MVP-like level to secure the 8th seed at the end of the season. Coming in at the 7th seed, I got the biggest shocker of them all heading into the season. Nobody expected the OKC Thunder to be where they are right now after trading Russell Westbrook. They did get Gilgeous-Alexander and Gallinari in that deal, which sent Paul George to the Los Angeles Clippers, and of course Gilgeous and Gallinari to Oklahoma City. Chris Paul ended up getting traded to the OKC Thunder in exchange for Russell Westbrook and other assets. But they are actually a much better team than they really are on paper. Billy Donovan's done a fantastic job with this team, and I thought he was just the product of having future Hall of Fame players, but Billy Donovan has done such a good job with this team. Coming in at the 6th seed, I got the Dallas Mavericks. I figured the Dallas Mavericks headed into the season were going to be a team that was going to be right there in the midst of the playoffs, and just as I predicted, they are. Luka Doncic is, of course, having an MVP-like year. Kristaps, who's been in and out still due with injuries, has still been the great player that we know he has been, especially in New York. But Dallas is actually going to give a team, I think, a run for their money come playoff time. Top to bottom, though, this Dallas Mavericks team is very solid, and I like the pieces that they have surrounded by Luka and Kristaps Porzingis. I think if they bring their A game, they can give a team a run for their money in the first or second round in the playoffs. I don't expect them to actually go and win a series, but I think it's very possible if things go their way. But the Dallas Mavericks, 6th seed. Coming in at the number 5 seed, I got the Houston Rockets. This Houston Rockets team has somewhat underperformed, I guess you could say, heading into the year. After acquiring Russell Westbrook from the OKC Thunder, as I had said earlier, this team with a dynamic backcourt of Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple-Double, and Mr. Brick himself, James Harden, they were supposed to just absolutely go and tear up the regular season. I still think that they have a shot at doing that, especially after trading away Capella, clearing up the paint for Russell Westbrook to drive and kick the shooters. They just got Jeff Green off the waivers. Gerald Green's obviously Damari Carroll, I believe, off the waivers. Guys like Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, this team is still put together the way that they've had in years past. They've still got Thabo Sefolosha. They've got nice, solid pieces, but I think this team is a fake team. I think that they're just a regular season team. That's why I've got them at the 5 seed. They could surprise me and move up a spot or two, but in the playoffs especially, they're not winning a series. This is not a playoff-branded team when the game slows down, hoisting up threes. That's what this team is built for, and that's not what the playoffs is built for. At the 4 seed, I got the Los Angeles Clippers. This is not because I'm saying that the Clippers are a bad team or that they're underperforming. The reason the Clippers are going to be a 4 seed, in my opinion, is because they don't need to try the rest of the year. Once they get Paul George fully healthy and back, Kawhi Leonard's going to be fully healthy and rested for the playoffs. They're still going to have home court advantage being a top 4 seed, at least in the first round, for that matter. And then if the possibility matches up with the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round, they're going to be playing in the exact same arena. We know what this Clipper team did, especially with getting Marcus Morris. They just got Reggie Jackson off the waivers as well after the Pistons bought out his contract. This team is loaded top to bottom. They are the best team in the NBA, in my opinion, up there with the Milwaukee Bucks. And they're my team to actually come out of the West. This Clippers team is just built for the playoffs. That's why they're not needing to try in the regular season. And that's why Kawhi, Paul, and the rest of these guys are going to be ready come playoff time. And that's what's most important to them, not the regular season, which I completely agree with right now. At the 3 seed, I got the Utah Jazz. This Utah Jazz team had their little spurt back in January, going on that 10-game win streak. And even up till now, even in the All-Star break, this team has still done fantastic. They're sitting in the 4 seed at the moment, only a half game out of the 3 seed, and then I think a game and a half out of the actual 2 seed, which is the Denver Nuggets at the moment. But this Utah Jazz team is still loaded. They got Jordan Clarkson, who's been an amazing player for this team ever since acquiring him from Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert both coming off All-Star appearances. Bogdanovich being one of the better underrated free agent signings this year. Conley getting back into a groove with this team. This team is built for the playoffs, top to bottom, depth-wise. I think that's why they're going to match up well if they end up going against a Lakers, a Nuggets, a Clippers, etc. That's why this Utah Jazz team is great. They have a top 5 scoring offense, the #1 3-point shooting team in the NBA. Very underrated, as you would see, because nobody talks about them being a 3-point shooting team when they are the best. They're a top 6 defense in the NBA as well. Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is probably going to win it again this year. Quinn Snyder is one of the best coaches in the NBA. Can't say enough about this Jazz team. They're going to be a 3 seed in my opinion. They could shoot up to the 2. I think Denver's a little more of a try-hard team, so that's why I'm going to give them the #2 seed, who I will go on to, the Denver Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. to me is the X factor in all of this. Jamal Murray's going to have to step up his game because Nikola Jokic is the only one that consistently shows up on an every night basis, and especially come playoff time, you're going to need that guard who can put it on the floor, hit baskets late in the clutch, and not just rely on a center when that game has not evolved around the centers as much as it has been in years past throughout the NBA history. Although I like this Denver team, I think if Michael Porter Jr. can be healthy, that's why he's the X factor. This man can handle the ball, he can play defense, he can run the fast break. Everything about this Denver team tells me that they can actually go and make a run in this playoffs if they bring their A game and everyone steps up, because they truly do have the pieces, especially after that 4-team trade that they did this trade deadline. But for right now, I have them as a 2 seed because I think that they're a great regular season team. Playoffs, we'll see how that turns out. I don't see them going very far, though. And that rolls me on to #1, the Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers will probably, and by no doubt, be the #1 seed in the Western Conference. That's great. But they're going to probably play the Clippers at some point in the playoffs. And my prediction would be obviously the second round because I have the Clippers as the 4 seed. And I don't see anybody catching the Lakers for the 1 seed, especially with LeBron wanting to play 30-plus minutes a night. Anthony Davis playing 30-plus minutes a night. LeBron's in his 17th season. This man is tired and getting old. They need to rest him. He needs to at least load manage somewhat. I'm not saying take nights off like Kawhi, because the Lakers clearly care about their record in the regular season. LeBron cares about winning MVP this year, which is not necessary because Giannis already has MVP locked up if he stays healthy. So this Lakers team, to put it plain and simple, they're a try-hard team in the regular season, trying to get numbers. They didn't do anything this deadline. They didn't get Derrick Rose. You didn't get Marcus Morris. You didn't get, like, Dennis Schroeder. You didn't go out and get another shooter in general. You could have got maybe a Redick, even though he's in New Orleans. You didn't get anybody. You didn't even get Reggie Jackson or Darren Collison to come onto your team. You got nobody. This Lakers team, to me, from the beginning of the year, was not even going to be a team that was going to actually compete for the actual NBA Finals. This proves it even more. The Clippers and the Jazz are a deeper, better coached team than the Lakers. I'm not saying the Jazz and the Clippers are a guarantee to beat the Lakers, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. LeBron needs to sit out a significant amount the next couple of months. I'm not saying actually take full nights off, but he needs to limit his minutes if he wants to go win a championship in the Western Conference, because that's what's important apparently to LeBron. And the Lakers, they say that, but we'll have to see what they do though. Alrighty, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know, what did you guys think about my predictions 1 through 8? And if you guys could drop down your predictions 1 through 8 down below, or have any feedback on what I said or what your opinion is on the Western Conference, that'd be great. My latest video is always going to be posted right here. There's always going to be a link to subscribe down below as well. And let me know what I should do for the next video topic. Thank you guys so much, and I'm out.